guys, today we're going to be talking about the recent update of how scrolling is bad for you and can addict you. And you shouldn't do it on Facebook and everything. It's just trying to addict you, so you just keep going and keep going. So today we're going to look at the addictions of Facebook and phones, and scrolling is the most powerful thing. So we know that scrolling is, for some people we call it fun, but I honestly don't think that. And the thing is here, if it addicts you, just infinite media, and it just makes it so hard to stop, and this is a common sense thing. And we should be aware of that. That's why I'm filming this video today. We are going to go over all the things that addiction has made people suffer. And the first thing is, when video games started out, they weren't addicted. You played outside, but then came in the 3D and video games, and they snap little info between these things that addicts your brain, and you just can't stop. It gets so addicted. You get addicted to playing video games, and once it wasn't like that. I know, because I have a Game Boy, and those games are like that. They don't addict you, but these new video games do, and that's the problem here. And second of all, scrolling on Facebook for a bit can cause, no damage, but once you start scrolling, you just think, oh yeah. And not only this, when you go shopping on Amazon, you scroll to find something. That's not addictive, right? Well, no, every type of scrolling is addictive. If infinite media just addicts your brain to think that it's so cool, I'm just gonna keep scrolling, it's not that bad, just a few minutes, and then it turns out to be an hour, maybe two, and you're like, I didn't do it, is my clock broken? And yes, that's true. And now the other topic I want to talk about. How people are not paying attention to the world because of their phones. And we can't forget that phones were invented as things to call and message people so you can connect. And now there's this infinite media that you can use for this phone. That's why I'm filming this video, to warn all you guys about how bad phones are. Not only phones, but if you're scrolling on your phone or computer on Facebook, this is not a type of phone thing. If you're scrolling on Facebook on your computer, you might recognize that there's this good feeling in you, where it comes from the feeling that they put in there that addicts your brain. That's why you shouldn't do this. But the thing is, people have been watching YouTube and doing stuff that they're not supposed to, and phones are made for this. I've seen people go crossing roads while cars are going. I don't think they recognize the cars because they're so into this phone that they only see the phone, and the phone pulls them in. So that's not good, so beware of that. And now the second thing is that when phone addictions came out, I don't know, but proper phones were a long time ago, but the phones we use now, smartphones is their name, were invented 20 years ago, I'm pretty sure, and they are addiction right now. Companies have been using challenging each other, making a war. They're putting in more energy into the phone or any electronic like video games, just make your brain think this is a good activity and you want to do this, and it's not. This activity tricks your brain into thinking it's good, it's fun. Your brain doesn't know that it's bad for you anymore because no one actually researched it. So go and check out the other videos that people have about phone addiction, because this has been causing serious problems, and I don't want you guys to fall for them. So go and check out other videos about phone addiction, so you will be prepared for anything. But this is just a simple relation of how phone addiction is so bad for you. And that's one thing we were talking about that. So the last thing I want to say is if you're like texting your friend or calling it, I would call that infinite addiction. I wouldn't call that addiction, but when you're like scrolling on Facebook and saying you're texting someone, that's just scrolling infinite media, and the media tricks your brain. Just like I said earlier, it's bad for you. So, but even for people who know it's bad, it says this is worth it. For people who don't know it's bad, it doesn't even know it's bad. So that's the bad thing about phones. Most of the things are bad. And why don't people use normal call phones to call each other? Well, because it doesn't have that light. So another thing I would recommend is put your phone on black and white mode, because that doesn't addict that much as normal colors, because your brain's like, oh, colorful, 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 this is so good, and it's really just tricking your brain by all these, like, I don't know. So let me explain this in the way I know it. So when you're playing a video game like Minecraft, you walk, but there's tiny messages between, like, step this message, this message, and these messages addict your brain, so that's why you shouldn't do this. And please check out some other videos, because I'm not an expert, but you should check out some other ones.